I'm very excited to have Ben here. Also, for those that hopefully will be using the Postal platform, you'll probably meet Tara later. She wasn't able to join us today, but she's another awesome member of the Postal team. So I was very excited to send you guys this because it's a kind of a fresh concept. It's different than what we're used to. And coming up with in the holiday season, people will be in the spirit of gifting, so it makes sense. So what Postal is, it's gifting for the purpose of sales, and it's not a new concept. It's the concept is been done for dozens, hundreds of years. Pharmaceuticals, stuff like that, always lead with a gift to later make the sale, right? There's been proven that hey, you give a gift, you build that goodwill. That will lead you to a sale. And what Postal does is it just brings it to kind of the modern world, the modern way to do sales, and it connects directly with your CRM, and it automatically sends gifts. And you could do that either like an outbound thing, like you just send gifts to everyone that fits your target audience, or where I see a better fit, at least for the type of customers we have, is to send it to a select group of people. So, for example, if we do for smart sites, it could be something like anyone who's gotten pitched but hasn't actually signed a contract, right? Just those people will automatically, already linked up to our HubSpot, given we clean it nicely, will get, automatically be sent a gift. And if their address isn't valid, they won't be sent a gift, and we won't spend money on it. And that's the whole magic of it. We do gifting, but not in this like systematic way. And I think most people, when they think about gifting, at least when I do, the biggest cost isn't even the gift, it is the effort, right? You go get it, you box it, you package it, you go to post office, you just spend an hour or whatever it is, with a small number of gifts. This is purely automatic, data driven in 3 days and 5 days, right? And it's all together in the platform. It's not for every client. It is for clients with high ticket items, SaaS companies, B2B, mortgage, real estate, right? Those types of companies. So again, very excited to get this kind of new, fresh concept in front of you guys. And I will let Ben take it from here.
Thanks, Mike. That's great. And we'll make this as interactive as possible, guys. I'll give you a demo, talk to you a little bit about what we're doing, how we're doing it, how it could benefit your clients. And then we'll make sure that we leave 20, 30 minutes for questions. But so, I think Mike hit the nail on the head. We are, we call ourselves an experience marketing platform, but that basically translates into the ability to automate the sending of any tangible items. Our CEO is an equity advisor for Outreach, and he's really. Are you guys all familiar with Outreach.io? Okay? Yes and no. Some of you. Outreach and SalesLoft are both sales engagement platforms, and they're both kind of the industry leaders. Companies, they provide the ability to set up. Similar to workflows within HubSpot, they call them cadences and sequences on SalesLoft and Outreach. And so our CEO co-founder is really close with the co-founder CEO at Outreach. And they were talking about kind of this gap in the market, right? The ability to send tangible items and incorporate the sending of tangible items with workflows that already exist, whether it's in HubSpot, whether it's in Outreach, whether it's in SalesLoft, whether it's in Salesforce. And so that was the initial impetus to building our platform. And so we've built the platform with the idea of making it very simple to send gifts, making it very simple to send direct mail, and adding in the capabilities to not only send those things and automate the sending of those things, but also integrate it with the places that you're currently, the sites that you're currently using now, to put together kind of a cross-platform integrated experience. that make sense? Great. So let me take you all to the platform. And I'm going to share my screen here. So let's see. All right, can you guys see where it says "Welcome, Ben"? Which experience do you prefer?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
So I think Mike hit the nail on the head in regards to our target audience, but I'm going to add a few different types of use cases. Certainly, the sales use case is a major one, right? Salespeople that are targeting prospects, that are targeting current clients in order to upsell or in order to renew. We see those use cases consistently every day, every hour. But we also see a ton of use cases focused on marketing, especially ABM marketing or account-based marketing. We see a lot of marketers that are using the site to send swag, right? Companies have always developed promotional material and they love to send promotional materials, but it's always been super inefficient, right? Oftentimes items are sent to your office, they're kept in a closet, and then they're shipped out one by one. We've added the ability to kind of make a virtual swag closet in the cloud. You know, we had the ability to order all of those different items on the site, and then we keep them stored at our partner's warehouse, and then everything can be sent one by one to anybody who you want to send it to. So marketing has become a very prevalent use case for us, and marketers are a big target of ours. We also have seen a huge move to a lot of employee-to-employee sending. So companies that are looking to target new hires, companies that are looking to target their employees to make sure that everybody is happy. And especially kind of in this environment, it's oftentimes really hard to communicate with your workforce. So we see a lot of HR teams using our platform now to send items to their teams. What we're often seeing on the agency side is one of two use cases. The first use case is a campaign. So sending a campaign on behalf of your client. And one of the benefits that we've provided our agency partners is the ability to access our site at no cost. So Mike and you all have the ability to go onto the site and just pay for anything that you send. You don't have to pay for any of the software fees. So a lot of our agency partners will set up specific campaigns on their instance of our site for a client, right? And they'll wrap it into a service, right? So there'll be an hourly cost that they ultimately charge. The client will pay for any of the fees associated with the send, but you'll bundle it as a campaign send. And then what happens is oftentimes when that occurs, then the client says, this is something we want to utilize down the road. And we can then, they'll pay the SaaS fees, they'll get their own instance, and you all can manage that instance. And it becomes you all can manage the account, or you can set it up where you set up the account and then pass it on to the client. We see both of those instances occurring frequently. So we can get into more detail about what that looks like, but I want to make sure you guys are all comfortable with the platform. Any questions before I dive in?
No.
Great. All right, guys. It's very standard SaaS platform. We can onboard new clients in minutes. We partition everything by users, teams, so that if your clients have want to set this up and give different permissions to different people or to different teams, it's very easy to do, and you can see a lot of that here. We offer handwriting for our direct mail. The handwriting looks really good. I'll show you what it looks like in a piece of direct mail in a little bit. It doesn't have ink smudges. You can tell that it wasn't done with a ballpoint pen, but it looks very good. So we see a lot of companies that are using this to send thank you notes. They've set up an integration with their applicant tracking system, or I'm sorry, with their CRM or their marketing automation platform, and they can set it up so they send a thank you note when a new client signs or when a meeting is run by a sales rep. So I'll give you some of those examples in a little bit. For our enterprise clients, in about 6 months, we're going to have the ability to allow for sales reps to download their own or upload their own handwriting so that it can be used in their platform to send notes to clients and prospective clients. Currently, we have integrations with Salesforce, HubSpot, SalesLoft, and Outreach. We're adding Marketo. It should be done in about a week. I'll show you guys what HubSpot looks like. It's very robust. I mentioned having the ability to partition by teams. You can set balances and budgets on a team-by-team basis. You can set it up monthly, quarterly, yearly. The way that we've set these up is pretty sophisticated. There are a lot of options here. So you can do virtually anything you want. We've seen companies get into a little trouble by not taking the time to understand it. So down the road, we can spend more time here because I could spend an hour just talking to you about the capabilities within the budgeting. All right, let's look at, I want to show you guys how to send. So contacts, if you're integrated with HubSpot, for instance, and you have a client who's integrated with HubSpot, we can upload the contacts via the HubSpot integration, again, in a matter of minutes. So we have many companies that integrate Salesforce and just upload all their contacts. We have other companies that are using systems that we don't currently integrate with. And when they do that, we can set up a quick import via Excel that is relatively painless. You can also add contacts individually. We have a marketplace that is available to all the admins at our clients. And the admins have the ability to go into the marketplace and curate it for their company. So we have the ability to add all different types of gift cards. They can then go in here and again curate it so that their company only has the ability to send 3, or let me show you what this looks like. You have the ability to go in and say, okay, I only want this dollar amount. So let's customize. I want to change the description because I only want a specific team to know that they should be sending out these cards. And then I want to indicate that I only want to send out the $25 card. And then I save it, and it becomes a postal. So within most orgs, if you're not the admin, you don't see the marketplace tab. You only see the postals tab that shows you what you can ultimately send. Any questions about that, guys?
Not at the moment.
Okay, good. Let me show you what the direct mail capabilities look like. We've added the ability to basically create a piece of direct mail on the platform in a really kind of painless way. When you get an instance of the site, you upload your logo so that we can automatically put it in places like this. If you don't want it here, you can simply delete it. But you have the ability to create a piece of direct mail, again, in a really painless way. If I want to add a piece of creative, you upload it into the tool, and then you can literally drag and drop, size it to fit. And then go to size side 2. Let's say you want this to be a little thank you note. You can then go and add text. You can see this is actually my handwriting, which I think is the fanciest on the site. I'm a little partial. You can change the font color. And then you have the ability to have saved messages. So you have templates that you can use, again, to make things easier. And all the templates have variables. So if you're sending a bottle of wine, for instance, and you want to have a note attached to it or a note that's sent with it, you can use something like this. And anytime it gets sent out, it would have specific contact's first name, and then it would have whoever's sending it out, their first name. And so you'll see that John is kind of the name that we used here, and you'll see it's sent from my name. Hit save design, hit save postal, it then becomes a postal. And then you can see what it looks like. Right, and then if I want to send it out, I can find someone to send it to, get a page here with the dollar amount, the cost of the actual send, hit send postal, and it's as simple as that. Let me delete this so I don't get yelled at by the team. So going back to the marketplace, we have a ton of books. We partner with Amazon, so we just add, we can add books on demand. So you'll see we have a little request product button. If there's anything that you guys want to see in here that you don't have access to now or that isn't available, just go in there, fill out the form, and we can add it typically in 24 hours. What I haven't figured out is how to get rid of the intercom box. There we go. Something else that's super important to me is, the ability to send charitable, personalization is really big. It's really important to me. Sending something that's personal in a unique way. We've added the ability to send these gift cards that allow the recipients to go in and donate the dollars that they're sent to a charity of their choice. There are about 1.8 million charities to choose from, and that number might have increased since the last time I looked. It allows recipients to get really hyper kind of local in regards to what they choose. Sometimes they choose their local church, their local synagogue, their local mosque. It can be anything. And so we found that to be hugely beneficial and a big kind of value add to our clients as they're looking to kind of get in front of people in a unique way. You guys can take a peek around the marketplace, but we have alcohol, we have little Fill It Forward is a really unique company that is focused on clean water, and so I believe they're a nonprofit, but they'll send you a sticker that you can track how much your environmental impact, basically tracks how many bottles of water you've saved by using the bottle. It's a really cool product, something we're super happy to do in our marketplace. We want to connect really cool companies with our users. So you'll find a lot of the offerings in here are really unique and great for gifting purposes. All right, so let me talk about how you can send. So I think this is super important, and I think this is what people really get excited about. If I want to send a postal, it's very easy to do. I can send one to myself, right? And I showed you what that looks like. You have the ability to send a gift email. So a lot of our clients don't have addresses, especially home addresses for their clients. Or prospective clients. So they'll send a gift email, and in that gift email, it asks you for your address, the address that you want the gift sent to. So it's a really good way to get that information. So I can send that to myself, like I mentioned. Right? Simple. I could send it to numerous people, all Bens, right? And this would be a campaign. You'll see we typically queue up campaigns to make sure inventory is sound, to make sure that everything gets sent flawlessly, right? And you'll see the dollar amounts are automatically added. It's very easy. You can also set up, the equivalent to workflows that you're all familiar with HubSpot, right? So you can set up a cadence where different things are added and sent at different days. And you can add people as you go. You can add people initially and not add people after that. You can set this up basically the same way that you would set up a workflow in HubSpot. We've also added the ability to set up what we call triggers. And triggers are basically saying, I'm going to send something when a specific action takes place within HubSpot, SalesLoft, Salesforce, or Outreach. I don't know that I would send this book when someone becomes a client, but let's just pretend here. Usually I use alcohol as an example. I don't know why I clicked here, but I think you guys will get the drift of what I'm trying to do. So I'll create this trigger. You'll see that Ben test trigger, it shows HubSpot. I can now go into HubSpot. Can you guys see my HubSpot account now?
Yes.
Okay. And I can go into workflows. I can create a workflow. I can then set up a specific enrollment trigger, right? I'm just going to do something very simple here. I'm going to say a deal goes from prospect to close one. Okay, I'm going to save that. And then I'm going to say, okay, when that happens, this is where the postal integration into HubSpot is beneficial. I want to send a postal. And I'm going to go to that specific trigger, Ben test trigger. I'm going to click on it. I'm going to save. And now I've set this up when I activate this so that anytime a deal goes to close one, it sends in this case, that book. Right? So we have a lot of clients that use this for new clients to send them things. Again, appointments. When they've run a sales appointment, they use it to send thank you notes Companies use it in a bunch of different ways, but it's a super valuable tool to develop automation, to, again, set up a set it and forget it type of campaign based on activities within HubSpot. As I delete that, any questions about that, guys?
Not at the moment.
Great. All right, back to Postal. And I'm going to show you what I sent to you all earlier. We call it a magic link. This is the ability to set up a specific link that can be used to redeem a specific item. So this is what I set up for you all, and you can see I can track everyone that redeemed it. And so what I can do here, and I used this as an example yesterday. Dan Gutstein isn't in your organization as far as I know. But basically the way that this works is I can create a link for a specific product. Let's say I wanted to do it with I'm going to use the same book. I can give it a specific name. I can set up a limit. So I can say, okay, I'm sending this out to 15 people. I want to make sure that I pad it a little bit. I can then set an expiration date as well. Then I go to next. I can save it. And now it's here. And I can literally copy this link and send it out to whomever I want and track everything in here. You know, if everybody that I know has, and you can see the stats here, if everybody's redeemed it and I want to deactivate it, I can do that. I can edit it. I can change the expiration date. I can change the order limit. I can disable it. But it's a really cool tool, especially in this kind of current day and age that we live in, where a lot of things are done via webinar, done via chat. You know, it's a great thing to be able to put into the message or the chat field during a online meeting. But this tool has, we released it from beta a week and a half ago, and the usage has been off the charts, which is awesome. It's a really cool tool, and it's a really cool way to send things. We also have reporting, guys, so that you can see when an item doesn't send, and hopefully why it doesn't send. You can see that all here in the reporting tab, and you can check specific orders, specific campaigns, so on and so forth. I'm going to stop there for now. I think that's a good kind of like initial overview of the site. What are your guys' thoughts? Something that's valuable? Questions?
Yeah, I guess I have a general question. So looking at the marketplace, there's so many potential products. Obviously, part of this is trying to make the process a little more automated. How do you know, I guess, what's a good general safe gift to send to every client? That way you don't have to choose, all right, this client should get this client should get that, this client should get this.
I think it's important to kind of understand your potential clients, right? You know, there are the safe options, right? Safe options are typically gift cards. You really can't go wrong with a gift card. Again, the charitable gift card, you know, clients love that because it just, you know, it adds some extra oomph, right? I got a really cool out of office from a really prominent CMO at a tech firm based out of Indianapolis, and in his message, he said, if you want to see, it was basically, I'm going to be busy for the next week running a ton of interviews. if you need anything, A, B, and C, but it was, if you want to sell me something, donate $100 to Donors Choose, and then show me the receipt and I'll set up a call with you. Right. So
That's cool.
the ability to send, even a $10 charitable gift card where somebody can spend it on something that they really like, or a charitable cause that's important to them, is huge.
Can you also, as part of the workflow, do gifts based on deal size? So let's say, for example,
Sure.
if deal is less than $15,000, send $25 chocolate box. If deal is $30,000 more, send a $50 chocolate box. Whatever it is, can you do something like that?
Absolutely. You can do that via HubSpot, and you can set up the triggers to set it up that way.
Very cool.
I also have a question, Ben. I'm Irina. Nice to meet you, by the way.
Hi, Irina. Good to meet you too.
So, here at Smart Sites, I'm very passionate about branding and brand customization. So I was looking at your products, and I saw there were a box of chocolates. Are we able in any way to customize packaging for gifts? Like, for example, can I send a box of chocolate in, I don't know, in a Smart Sites branded box? Is that even possible, like with you guys in any way?
Okay, that's a really good question. It's something I'm super passionate about too, Irina, right? It's like, how do you brand things in a really scalable way? We have a few options right now. And I'm like laser focused on adding more options.
Mm-hmm.
Let me show you what we've got. Okay, can you see my screen again?
Yes, thank you. Yep.
Yeah, of course. In the food category, we have a partnership with a company called Noms that does these amazing wooden boxes with cookies. And they can basically, when they get an order, they can send it out the next day. Typically, what we've seen work the best is when you put the name of the individual it's being sent to and the company logo that they work at. So we've done this a ton, and we see companies using this option a ton. So they'll here you can see this gift box that says Happy Holidays, but there are a few different size options. And again, you really have the ability to get creative with what you want to put on the box. But the branded logo, the name of the recipient I've seen work the best and get the best results. Let me show you something that we did that I think is super cool. All right, let's see. So, what I'm toying with is how to kind of build that personalization and make it scalable. And so I'm coming up with kind of a few different things that can be done, including the ability to add in a very simple QR code where the sender can easily add in a video of themselves leaving a specific message, and potentially putting that QR code on a box or on a card or on an insert. Let me show you here. Let me show you what we ultimately did. Okay, let's see. I'm going to share my entire screen for a second. Can you guys see this?
Yep.
So we put the name of the recipient, the logo of their company, and then I don't know if you can see this really clearly, but we also we put in a QR code here that is actually branded with the company that did the sending, right? And we included Yeah, we included a gift card, and then we had a personalized note. And then when you clicked on the QR code, or when you used the QR code with your phone, again, it led to a customized message. In their case, what I would have loved to have seen them do is take the time to personalize each recipient, so that the message is truly personalized. But they just had one message for all the recipients. But it's not that difficult to do it kind of in another way. So I'm adding the ability to do things like this on the site. We'll probably have different options within the next couple months.
That looks awesome. Very cool.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. And you can do that, by the way. You can currently, within the direct mail, we have the ability for you to add in QR codes now. You can go ahead and send them to a specific link and put that in the direct mail pieces currently.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Pleasure.
Hey Ben, I have some questions. Do you have a list of your integrations, HubSpot, Salesforce, Outreach, where CRM agnostic, so each client might have a different one. Do you have a list of the ones you guys, plug and play support?
Currently, it's the ones that I listed earlier. It's Salesforce, it's HubSpot, Marketo, SalesLoft, Outreach. We're going to roll out more over the next few months. We're going to build a Zapier integration. We're going to have we're going to add a CRM or two. So if you guys have requests there, just shoot them over to me. It's something my team handles as well.
Okay, cool. Next question. So, and just to guys give everyone the information on this. So there's a SaaS component. So a company pays per month for the actual platform, and then they actually buy the products, and the products could be a $20 gift card, which is actually $20. And actually, I thought first I'm like, all right, they make money by marking stuff up, and then I'm like, how is this even cheaper than Amazon? It was like, whatever. So it's looked up, doesn't look marked up to me. But Ben, my question to you. So we get percent commission on the SaaS component. I think it's like 10% or something, and then it's 2% on the actual product, which it seemed low to me. But then I'm like, these aren't overinflated. So tell me specifically with the gift card. So and a little bit maybe selfish I'm asking. So we have these lunch and learns with partners, right? And some partners ask, oh, how do you prefer to get the gift cards, right? And I'm like, I don't know, call Grubhub or something. So I could tell them, hey, they're not replying, but they're partner, hey, actually sign up for Postal and use this Magic Link concept. It worked very well today. Even on gift cards, we would get 2%.
Yeah.
How do you guys make money? The $10 Starbucks gift card must cost $10 for
No, it doesn't actually. We don't warehouse anything. We don't handle logistics for anything. We partner with great companies, or we think they're great companies. So we have partnerships on the gift card side. And the way that a lot of those partners work for the gift cards is they basically provide discounts. So a $50 discount or a $50 gift card actually costs us $48.
Cool.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, that does make sense. So again, a partner comes to me, they go, hey, how would you like the gift cards? I go, join Postal. They have this awesome Magic Link ones, and they buy 20 gift cards, $25, Grubhub each, $500 worth. I will get 2% on that. And then they go ahead and do that for their other lunch and learn in 2 weeks. I will keep getting a % commission on that as long as they're a customer of Postal.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, so the way that we've set this up with our agency partners is, you'll get 2% of anything that is spent in the marketplace on a quarterly basis by any of your clients. So yeah, that's right. And so that's how it typically works with the other products as well, Mike, right? So something that's really important to me, and God, I would never say that we would never add a service fee down the road. There's certainly the potential for us to do that. It's not something that I want to do right now. What I care about most right now is delighting both our customers and all the recipients, and usage on the site. All of our partners that are selling things on our site are giving us typically anywhere between 5 and 20% of anything that's sold. And one of the things that I have in the contract is a requirement from them so that they are not listed. The prices that they ultimately list are not more expensive than what they list on their own site or in other places. I do not want anyone marking up product. And there have been exceptions where they'll come to me and say, hey, listen, we need to mark this up for the next month, and here's the reason why, and it's been a legitimate reason. But they're contractually obligated not to charge more on our site than they're charging on their own site.
Cool. I want to pitch you this video. I mean, we don't even do video production, just in my head, and everyone could listen. The commercial, right? There's this boardroom meeting, right? Lots of people there. A guy's presenting. 10, 12 marketing people, business people are sitting in the conference table, and a guy says, guys, our cost per click is through the roof. It's $80. Our conversion rates are down. What can we do? And people give ideas, and ideas like, we should have, send them a 13th email in the sequence, or our exit pop-up should have an exit pop-up, right? Kind of like ridiculous ideas. And then, intern Nancy goes, hey, I have an idea. What if we send gifts to our most valuable prospects? And everyone starts cracking up. Nancy, no one has time to send gifts. Like, what are you, crazy? And then, post those, comes in, slides in. So anyway.
Right. Nancy does it. No, right. The click of a mouse, she sets it up to send 1,000 gifts over the next 2 months. Right. No, that's exactly right.
That's all I got for you.
I know, I like it.
Anyone else? Any questions, comments?
Feelings, thoughts, concerns?
All right, let's wrap this up, Ben. It was a pleasure. Thanks so much for doing this with us. Thanks for the Starbucks gift cards. We appreciate it. I hope some things get tossed your way. I do think it's I really like the concept. Again, we're paying some niches. You pay so much per click, and you try to squeeze it out by sending more emails, text messages, all this crazy stuff. And then it's like, guys, for less than the cost of a click, we could literally send these people a nice gift, right? And what a nicer way to get conversions than the alternative.
Absolutely.
So let's see what happens. Ben, thank you so much, and thanks everyone for attending.
Yeah, thanks guys. I'll send out my contact information, and Tara on my team, her contact information. So if you guys have any questions, if you have any clients that would be a fit, just shoot us an email, and we'll get back to you really quickly. But really appreciate the time. Everybody have a great weekend, and hopefully we'll talk soon.
Bye.
Thank you, Ben. Thanks for coming.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Ben.
Yeah, thank you.
Talk soon. You got it.
Bye.
Bye.